Let me tell you about this closet. So as you can see, we're in my garage. This is a great option if you're wanting to store extra clothes, extra shoes, extra bags in between seasons. And so this is where I would keep this closet because this is where I keep all of my extra stuff. You can also put this closet in an extra bedroom, in the basement, in the attic, under the stairs, wherever you have extra storage space and are needing a place where you can put your clothes and your shoes without throwing them into a bag or throwing them into a bin and keeping them looking nice while keeping them away from dirt and debris and dust. This is such a great option. This is 6.5 feet tall, 1.5 feet deep, and then about 4 feet wide. So it gives you plenty of space and room. Let's take a closer look. Let's talk about the installation process. So this took about 30-45 minutes with the help of my husband. It suggests that you use a mallet, but honestly, you just need some manpower. Of course, you'll still need the manual and some patience, but this really is such an easy setup. So what you'll do to start with is you'll find the 6 lower poles here on the bottom. 2 of them are hiding behind the curtain here on the side, but you'll set those up and thread them through the lower shelf. And then what you'll do to make sure that the shelf isn't sitting on the floor, you're going to take these plastic pieces right here, just to show you on a higher level, and you're gonna wrap them around the pole. You know you've done it correctly when the top piece is showing that it's facing up, and then you're gonna put it over this double line spot on all of your poles. So I did that on all 6 here on the bottom, and then you can set your shelf down firmly on top, and it's going to hold that nice and secure. And then with and then you're going to repeat that process with the following shelves. So you get 3 of these smaller shelves to put in between. You can use as many or as little as you want. So if you want to leave one out because you want some more space for stacking boxes or other things, you can leave one out, but I've included all 3 in the installation process. You just have to use 4 of the poles. As you can see, you're not going to use all 6. You're going to use 4 of the poles, and you're going to put those plastic pieces over the double line on the same spot on all 4 poles, and then you're going to set them down, thread them through the poles as you would with the bottom shelf. Another cool thing that you can include or exclude depending on what you're looking for is you can add this short hanging rod here in the middle. You have this piece here on the side that you'll install, same installation process as with the shelves. And then what you'll do is you'll just screw on both sides and to hang it up. And then of course, if you want to take it out, you just unscrew these little bits here on the side. Okay, and then with installing the upper part above this lower hanging rod, you'll have 6 more upper rods, just like your lower ones, and you'll screw them on top. There's a little gap where you can kind of see where I've screwed them on top, and you'll just rotate them on top, and they easily sit within each other, and then you have a whole second section of the closet. Okay, and then with your longest hanging rod, what you're going to do is you're just gonna hook over this extra little piece right here, and then you'll just screw through this little hole, and it will hold tight the large hanging rod that goes all the way across. You also have these extra little hooks if you're wanting to hang up ribbons, ties, scarves, bags, whatever you're wanting. You get 8 of those, 4 on each side, which is so nice. So lots of extra storage. And then finally, you have this top shelf, which will go on just like all the other shelves. You have the plastic pieces that you'll put underneath, and then you'll just set the shelf right on top. Of course, if you don't want the cover, you can put things right on top of the top shelf, but I like to have the cover on because, like I said, it's going to keep my clothes protected. One of the best parts about this closet, like I said at the beginning, is you have this cover. Now, when you want access to your clothes, of course you can pin this open, but let me show you how to close it and reopen it. So I have these held to the side with some Velcro so that we're not getting in the way. So then you can just un-Velcro it. You have a zipper up top that goes over on the side. Again, un-Velcro this here on the side. And the zip up top. And then here on the bottom, you're just gonna connect it like you would a jacket. And the zippers are super smooth. Now this is a really nice cover. It's definitely feels very high quality, and here your clothes are protected. So if it's sitting here in the garage, it's not gonna get hit by any debris or dirt. Now when you're ready to use it again, you'll just zip it from all sides and roll this up. And use the Velcro to hold it open once again. This is also held on, so you're just going to pull this over top, and then there's some ribbons here on the inside to make sure that it stays secure on top that you'll just tie. It really is an easy installation process. Okay, so let's talk about the storage space that you have realistically. So as you can see, I have 2 pairs of shoes sitting side by side on one of the shorter shelves. And then as you can see here, with my clothes hanging up here, it fits a normal size length shirt comfortably in between the 2 bars. Again, if you're wanting to let a nice dress hang, you probably want to remove the bar or be okay with it sitting to the side of the bar or either hanging over a hanger. But you've got some nice length. The bottom shelf is about 3 of those square shelves. So you could probably fit about 6 pairs of shoes here on the bottom. Again, you can put boxes or any other things. This closet will be able to hold up to 650 pounds. And so feel free to put on all the weight, put in all your coats, all your heavier dresses, boxes of shoes, your bags, whatever you're looking to store. This is going to hold that really well for you and keep it safe. One of the other great things about this closet is it does come with an anchor. So if you're looking to put this in your house where it's accessible to maybe even younger children, this gives you an option to anchor this to the wall so it doesn't fall over. So I highly recommend using this if this is inside your home. Okay, this is the closet all zipped up. This is what it will look like as it sits in storage. It is such a great option, again, for extra storage space and a great way to store your clothes without putting it in a bin or in a bag. I highly recommend it.